Welcome to my video series where I'm reflecting on my 10 years within the coaching industry and everything that I've gone through. I'm going to share with you because there'll be something in here for you to align with, possibly awaken within yourself. Now, I have been in the coaching industry for such a long time now. I have gone through so many different experiences, spiritual wars, debt, doubt, all of it. I've had a six-figure business. I burnt it all down. I started new ventures, and I just want to share my story. So if you haven't seen the previous one, it's where I was reflecting on 2015 to 2016. It was the beginning before the beginning, right? So here we are now. We are now in 2017, and this is all about the descent into self. This is where, oh gosh, what a year. So if you recall from the previous video, I had closed my network marketing business. I'd closed my childcare business. I started a part-time job. I'm now in a new network marketing business. And I really loved this business. It was really thriving. And it was such a new experience and it was easy. Like it was just so easy. And I was doing so well and the money was really coming in and the products worked. But what was happening is I remember one of the high level leaders said to me, she said, "Why are you not further along? You should be much further along." But the thing is what I hadn't realized is that I felt petrified. I felt so petrified of making mistakes, of getting it wrong. And I had no idea that I had this deep underlying belief of I'm not good enough. I had no idea. Like, don't get me wrong. I mean, even to this day, like I have a brand new business now, which is a property business. And all of the courses that I've watched so far and the master classes, they are doing exactly the same marketing and presentations as what I used to see back in 2015, 2016, 2017 with network marketing. And a lot of these masterclasses talk about mindset, being positive, having a growth mindset, being spiritually aware and the law of attraction, ask and you shall receive. But what people weren't telling you was, what if you don't? What if you don't believe in yourself? What if you don't trust it's going to work out? So I was spiraling inside and I'm growing my business. And at this particular point, my part-time job as an administrator in a church, I was actually made a serious complaint about the leaders in charge. They were racist, put it that way. They were freaking racist. And they spoke to me like I was a piece of crap. And I stood up for myself. I reached out and asked for help. And in the end, they let me go. But what happened is as they let me go, this new marketing business was doing really, really well. And I was at a point where I was just about to reach this next level. I was this close. Like I had 5 days to reach my next promotion. And my upline said to me, well, if it doesn't work out, don't worry, you can try again. Now, she did mean well, don't get me wrong, she really did mean well. But what happened was that those words hit my soul deeper than you're going to be okay, you're going to win. See, I didn't know at the time that we absorb negativity much more faster than we do positivity. And the reason being is because we have conditioning within our nervous system, within our subconscious, where we store more negative experiences, which are linked to events from the past. And it was kind of like being told at secondary school, you're going to fail, you're not going to get into college, you're not going to pass, you're predicted low grades, you're not good enough, you're not good enough, you're not good enough. I was told that my whole entire life. Now, I'm going to talk more about that in the next video. But what was going on is that had actually really triggered me. And then obviously, what did I materialize, manifest, make real, actualize? I didn't hit my promotion. I lost my team. I lost my confidence. No sales were coming in. And I was just like, why? Why does this keep happening to me? I had my childcare business. It was doing really well. And then I lost it. I was in this network marketing business and I had 3 opportunities of growing the business and then I kept losing it. I had this part-time job that was going really well and then I lost it. And then again. So the patterns, the habits kept coming back. And I was like, this is what my life's always been like. I do something really, really well, then something bad happens and then it goes wrong. And I was just devastated. I was so devastated. So here we are in 2017. I had just decluttered my entire home because it was really chaotic. And I just thought, you know what? I'm just going to be happy being a mum. Excuse me. I'm just going to be happy being a mum and I'm just going to see what happens. So it was around about July time and I wanted to, this coaching guy appeared. I'm not going to name no names. There's no point me doing that. So this guy appeared and he said he was doing a confidence challenge. So he done this confidence challenge and there was hundreds of people in here. It was free. So I was like, I want to be more confident, which is really weird because I was so confident before I met my husband, like super confident. My confidence didn't go because I met him. My confidence went because I had children. See, when we have children, what tends to happen is our identities go through a massive transformation. One minute you're single, you're living the life of Riley, and you want to meet the man of your dreams and you want to settle down, you want to have a family. Then when you finally get it, you're kind of like, oh, I miss the old life. I miss the old version of me. And I was trying to be the old version of me to feel good about myself. I was so sick and tired of crying. I was so sick and tired of being emotional. I was so sick and tired of not knowing what was wrong with me. So we done this confidence challenge. There's hundreds of people in this, hundreds of them. And one of the videos that we had to do was we had to share our stories. And I had never done that before. So I jumped on, clicked Facebook Live, 2017, and I shared everything. My abuse as a child, my relationships, my friendships, my self-harming, my toxic, infueled lifestyle, how I was always rejected, not feeling worthy, my debt, my bankruptcy. I let it all out and I had not spoken to about it to anyone. Now, what happened after that was, yes, I was getting a lot of comments, a lot of feedback. Sam, you're so brave. Sam, you're so this. Sam, you're so that. Bearing in mind, my voice did not sound like this. My voice was very high pitch, very nervous. No way would I click play and do a video. And what happened was, is I went into this shelter. I went inwards. I went so in. I went so in. I went so in. I went so into the depth of my pain, of my wounds, of my trauma. And I did not know how to handle it. I had this Reiki clearing. After 21 days, I exploded. All my emotions came up, not knowing it was all linked to my past. I had this spiritual coaching. I had a coach tell me that she couldn't handle it. I've had all of these patterns re-emerge itself. I'm struggling at home. How on earth did I manage to pull myself out of that? I will never know. And do you know what? I 100% believe it's God. But what happened was, is I didn't realize my Pandora's box was open. I want you to imagine whatever is going on in the underlying issues of your unconscious, all of your beliefs, all of your behaviors, all of your traits, all of the sad stories that we hold on to. I've just told 100 odd people, 300 people my story, and now I don't know what to do with this energy. But the guy who was doing it went, Sam, just get over it and just show up. It was a bit tough, but I was like, okay. And then what we had to do is had to do a hug challenge. I had to go in and record myself hugging random strangers for 10 minutes. That actually went viral. I watched a video the other day and I'm like, God, I look so nervous. I'm like, hi, how are you? It's actually really funny. I might have to share it. But then what was going on was is that I started to have some coaching with this guy and he said to me, so you really should think about coaching. And I was like, he goes, you should leave network marketing because the whole purpose of me to do this training programs was to be good at coaching because I wanted a coach. And he was like, you should be a coach. I'm like, I can't be a coach. He said, Sam, you're going to make more money from coaching than you will from your network marketing. And I was like, okay, cool. And loads of people had said that, Sam, you're so good with people. Sam, you're so good at talking with people. You should do coaching. So I then signed up to work with him to build a coaching business. But what was going on? This was a really wild journey. So this is like between August and October time. And I'm going to break it down as quickly as I can. So what happened was is that we were starting to learn how to be a coach, but everyone on there had problems, had issues, had unconscious programming coming up. He did not know how to help them. So the calls were basically wasted. It was just hearing other people's problems and not learning actually how to build a coaching business. So then we was like doing all of these events. And I remember one of the events, I was driving back, it was far, I think it was in Birmingham. It was late at night. I was driving back home. When I mean, I can't even begin to tell you what happened. All I remember is I had this dark shadow come over my face and my eyes. I'm driving on the motorway. It's pitch black, and thank God, there was two people with me in that car. And I went, I can't drive. I can't see. I can't see. So I had to pull over. I had to sort my eyes out, to go and get coffee. I had to go do something, and I just drove really slowly. See, what had happened was, and I had no idea, not only had I opened my Pandora's box, at this event, this guy was manipulating women's trauma. He was using manipulative techniques to unlock people's sabotaging emotional behaviors and then jumping in and grabbing them. Now, I don't know if he knew this or if he did know this, but when I tell you now, the things I found out about this guy after, I'm so glad Spirit told me you need to go on the coaching journey on your own. So at this particular point, I've decided I'm going to do coaching. We found our dream home. And as we found our dream home, I was like, oh my God, you heard me. So here we are, we're in this beautiful home, finally, no more flats. I'm starting a brand new business. And I'm kind of like, I don't know how to build a business. Like, what am I actually coaching people on? And I'm giving all these women free clarity calls for like an hour and a half. They felt amazing after. And I was kind of like, but I'm working for free. I can't work for free. That hit me hard straight away. I've never worked for free, so why am I doing it now? So I found this coach and she gave me a free call and it was brilliant. Like, oh my God, it was absolutely phenomenal. I said, yes, I'm in. So I paid her £800 to work with her. But every single call, which was on the phone, she would talk for 3 hours. I don't even know the point of it. I don't remember even talking. Maybe asked a few questions. I had no action steps. I had no direction. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And so something in me was saying to me, right, stay away from that other guy. He's no good. I was 100% right about that. Spiritually guided. Go and focus on your own journey. Okay, great. Working with this coach, no, she's not for you. And I was kind of like, how the fuck am I supposed to build a coaching business? Because I've got no idea what to do. And then that's when I met my first business mentor. If I look back now at 2017, it was a very, let's have a look. It was a very wild year where I deeply knew that God had me. And I didn't want to go into coaching. I didn't want to be a coach. In hindsight, I just wanted to go and make money and so then I can move. But we moved, we got our house. I had a part-time job and then I left it. I was trying different things and not knowing that everything was actually leading to where I am right now. And funnily enough, as I'd decided to become a coach, I had another part-time job. I had no problem getting a part-time admin job. But again, people were talking to me like shit, shouting, not getting things done. I'm like, why is everyone so bloody rude? Like, I'm noticing a pattern here and I'm not taking it anymore. So I found my business mentor to begin in January 2018. I've decided I'm going to be a coach. I'm not really liking my part-time job. I'm in my home. And that's when I started to believe that I could do so much better. I could do so much better. Everything was working out. And actually, I can do this on my own. And that was my realization of 2017. So before I would begin into 2018, I want you to know that 2017 was the year where I really stopped outsourcing my safety. 2017 was I realized that nobody should be opening up their Pandora's box if no one is strong enough to hold you in it. 2017 was the year I realized that actually life coaching is such a mundane word that nobody even understands that the amount of trauma women are going through. It was the moment I realized that actually the law of attraction, all of that stuff does not work if you truly don't believe in yourself. And I also realized that God had delivered me. He had delivered me and got me ready for 2018. So what happens in 2018? Check out the next video and find out more. And if this has landed for you, let me know your comments below. And if you're ready, apply for my one-on-one Exodus. This is why I always say the power's within you, because it is. Because if it's in me, it's most definitely in you.